it's your girl Ky'mari, and I'm here with another story time. I'm not stalling, you're not waiting, so let's get into the video. Y'all, you see the title. I was working at the place where I had quit from Right. When I was working there, I was messing with a dude that was working there as well. So we had dated. We was dating, but we was on and off AF. We was so on and off. It was kind of the beginning-ish of the toxic stuff, I believe. Like, it was kind of the beginning. We hadn't got to a horrible state. I feel like it wasn't, I don't know, because I remember, it don't matter where we was in a relationship at this point, but we were on and off. And I had a boy best friend, and you know, he always hearing about me talk about this man. I'm always sad, hurt, depressed about this man. I'm always about this man. So I'm sure he definitely was tired of me. I'm sure everybody was tired of me talking about this man, okay? Because this was like, that was probably the worst. That was like the most toxic relationship I've ever been in my life. For real. So far in life. Anyways, I don't want to do that again. Please, no. Anyway, so we off at this point. I'm telling my best friend, like, at this point, I'm like, put me on to somebody. He ended up saying he do got somebody that he could put me on to, right? Dude, I want to give him a name. He don't need no name. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna give him a name. Okay, I'm gonna call him D. He don't get no little crazy name because he didn't do nothing to me. We're gonna call him D. My ex, because he get brought up again, we're gonna call him, I don't feel like thinking of no name. I gotta really think what I want to call him. For right now, we're just gonna call him my ex. F it. Got two best friends that I'm talking about in this. Boy best friend, girl best friend. Because that's literally what they were. One was a girl, one was a boy. My boy best friend is the one that's put me on. I ended up asking him, I'm like, do you got a picture of him before I say I want to talk to him? And he was like, bro, just like, I think he did show me pictures, and he really didn't have too many pictures that he was showing me, but from what I saw, he looked cool. I ended up either giving him my Instagram or my number. We started chatting it up. Mind you, I still work with my ex, but when we wasn't talking, we was not talking. Like, I really would go into work and ignore his whole existence. I'm not gonna lie, and I still do that to this day. If I see somebody or a dude that I don't talk to no more, I'm ignoring his whole existence. You don't exist in my world no more, Bookie. I'm sorry, I don't see you. What are we talking about? I was talking to D, you know, I had found out like he worked overnight. He was like the same age as my ex and my boy best friend and my girl best friend, actually. All of them was in the same age group. They was all older than me by like a year. At this time, I'm still in school. Or was I in school or was this the summertime? No, this wasn't the summertime. I think I was in school still, but it didn't feel like I was in school because I was never in school my 12th grade year for real. Because of my schedule and because I just would skip sometimes, most of the time. We talking, we end up planning to go to the movies. I get to the movie theater, and I'm not gonna lie, he was texting me talking about he was walking up or something, and I'm like, where? Because I know this ain't you. I thought I was gonna get catfish, y'all. Because mind you, I keep saying mind you, we did get on the phone, but I didn't see his face. We was on the phone. But then I was like, bro, my best friend wouldn't do me like that, right? He would not do me like that. Like, what? So I was not getting catfish. He paid. We walked in together. It was a good little time. Like, I'm sure I was laying up on him and stuff. We was watching a movie, and I'm sure 9 times out of 10, the movie was a scary movie. Because when I want to go to the movies, that's car makes y'all. But when I want to go to the movies, I'm like, scary movie immediately, please. That's all. Like, if I go to the movies, I'm not gonna lie, I want to watch a scary movie every time. I don't want to go up in there and watch nothing else. Like, I will sometimes, but most of the time, scary movie, please. Leave. We still talking. I tell my girl best friend about the dating stuff. She already knew. When I told her at first, she was all for it and stuff. You know, she was cool, like, whatever. And my girl best friend worked with me and my ex as well. She ends up telling him about it. And I know she did, because how he find out? Who else gonna tell him about this date, boo? I ain't telling him nothing. What? So she ended up telling him. When he find out, he ends up texting me. But he wasn't texting me on all rah-rah stuff. He was texting me on some friend stuff. Like, he was just trying to be cool. Like, so I was like, cool, whatever, fine. You wanna be cool? I don't really have a problem with that. Whatever. We work together. He ended up asking me, like, do you want to, my ex, he ended up asking me, do I want to e-match? And I was like, yeah, cool, we can do that. Because at this point, I ain't gonna lie, I was blowing down heavy. Me no smoke no more for real. Hardly ever. Like, I really do not be doing that no more. But he asked me to do that with him at the time because that's what I was heavy on that, heavy on the vapes, heavy on the tree, all that. So I was like, yeah, cool, that's cool. We get on the phone and he ends up asking me about the date. I think he asked me something like, so you went to movies with somebody? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, you like him? And I was like, I mean, yeah, he cool. Like, yeah. And y'all, that man ran his way back into my life, back into being my man. Cut that. I cut D off, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. And I started back talking to my ex. I thought I was so in love. Like, I don't know. It was toxic. And I really should have left him alone because when I was talking to D, he was really cool. Like, he seemed like he had his head on his shoulders. He was dang near trying to put me onto stuff. Like, I was telling him how I do have some type of talent with doing my hair, you know, and other stuff. And he was really just like, you know, do what you gotta, like, do what you want to do. Learn how to, he was like, get you a mannequin doll and start practicing so you can do people hair. And, like, he was really just trying to, like, you know, he was on that type of time. And I really messed with that. And that's why I was talking to him. Because I would talk to other guys when me and my ex would stop, like, talking or whatever, and they wasn't comparing to this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's how I was like, I really fumbled. Like, that could have been my man, y'all. We'd probably be married right now. Let me stop playing. I don't know, because everything happens for a reason. Maybe I dodged a bullet. But, I don't know. It just didn't seem like that at the time because he was really cool. So, let me finish. So, me and my ex, we start back talking. Because that's just what we do, I guess, right? Like, so we stopped back talking. I spin back on D. D went. He went for the beat. No, I'm just playing. He said too much. Like, he didn't ask me no questions. He didn't act weird to me. He texted me like he was texting me before. Calling me sometimes when he at work or whatever because he worked night shifts, like I said. And it was cool. I had got on the phone with him one night. And he ended up was like, I don't know why he hung up, but he had hung up. And I had went to sleep. Because, like, I don't work night shift, boo. We can hang up. I'm cool. I'm gonna go to sleep. So we ended up hanging up. He ended up calling me earlier that morning. It was like 6, 7, maybe 8 a.m. Somewhere around there. When I answered the phone, you know, we spoke. It probably was like a few things exchanged. And he was like, oh, I'm finna go to Waffle House. And I was like, why you call my phone if you're not finna ask me to come with you? And he was like, that's why I called you. And I was like, oh. I was just playing, like, because that's how I am. Like, I just be saying stuff. So, I didn't really think he was going to really offer for me to go. So, I keep saying so, y'all. I'm trying to work on it. Or am I? I'm trying to work on it. He said that to me. Like, okay. He was like, I'll come get you. And I was like, no, it's okay. I can drive my car. It's fine. I'll meet you. Because I was staying at my uncle's at the time. And I really didn't want him to pull up over there. And then, I don't know. Whatever. I just told my uncle, I was like, I'm gonna go to Waffle House. And then my uncle just probably telling me, like, to drive safe. Because at the time, it had snow, but everything was froze over. And, like, it was melting, but it was still ice out a little bit, I believe. Like, it was still, like, stuff on the side of the road. But the roads were clear for the most part. Let me say that. We had met at a gas station first. Because he was trying to tell me to go to some other Waffle House. But he was like, I don't know why we met at a gas station, actually. I honestly don't know why we met at the gas station. We met at the gas station. I ended up following him to the Waffle House. We going to Waffle House. I give me what I wanted to get. He got what he wanted. We was talking a little bit. Y'all, I did like him. I'm not going to lie. He was really cool. Like, he was a vibe for real. When it came time to pay, he was like, I'll pay you tip, whatever. And I was like, I don't got no cash. So he paid and he tipped. I think I had offered to pay. Maybe. That's why he said that. Or he just, I don't know. I believe that's why he said that. I don't know. But he had paid and he tipped. So I ain't had no cash. I never have cash. I need to start. End up leaving. We go to Walmart. He had to get some sense for his car, I believe. That's why we had went. Because I do remember going in the car section. He probably had got some other stuff too. Then we had left out. And we went to my car. He was like, yo, tires are bald. He was like, I know somewhere you can get that fixed. We love men like that because you see I have a problem and now you're trying to give me solutions to my problem. I love you. I only knew you for like, I ain't even know that man for a whole month probably. Or maybe it was just a month. I don't know. Did that and I was like, oh yeah. Like, I don't know what my response was to that. Because at the time, my uncle was doing more of the car labor. He was doing the car labor stuff. He was paying for stuff with the cars. So I was not about to pay for nothing. I don't know what he was talking about. I just, look, I let my uncle handle it for real at that time. Then my ex come back. My ex comes back. And this time he came back, I ain't gonna lie, he was laying it on me hard. I believe this was that time that he did that one day. Do I want to tell that part, or do I want to give it its own story time? I'm gonna just tell it. I'm at work. I go to my car and break. I lock my keys in my car. My ex is on the shift with me. My girl best friend is on the shift with me. I tell her. She was like, oh, I can take you home. But she wasn't trying to take me home and bring me back. It would have been out the way for her because she stayed about the same amount of time I did from my house, from the job. So, like, she would have to take me home, bring me back to work, then drive all the way home. And her house wasn't close to the job. It was like, or my house wasn't close to the job. Like, it wasn't just, like, 30 minutes or something, but it was a cool, like, maybe 17 minutes, I say at the most, maybe 20. I don't even think it was 20 minutes. And hers probably was longer than mine, honestly, a longer drive. I was like, I'm gonna just have to get my uncle to bring me back in the morning or something. I'm not talking to my ex, but my best friend, she ends up telling him that I did that. And he told her, he was like, I'll take her home and bring her back. He didn't say anything to me. When the time comes to leave for work, I end up in the car with him, you know. We really didn't talk. I'm sure I said thank you when I got in the car. I know I said thank you when I got out. He didn't talk to me the whole ride to my house. So his house was close to the job. Taking me and then bringing me back wasn't just crazy out the way because his house was like literally not far from the job at all. I said the whole ride there quiet. The whole ride back quiet. But this whole time he's on the aux throwing hella shots at me, bro. His song, I can't even, the song's probably like bees and I don't know. He was just throwing shots and I really felt hit with all the songs because he's not letting it shuffle. He's picking a song, execute. He's picking these songs. You know, and he's a music dude, so he knows what he's doing. You're doing this on purpose, sir. When we close to the job, I was like, can I play a song? Y'all, I played a song. I played Kalani. You know what's up. He felt hit, and I know he felt hit because he know what he was doing. He was throwing shots at me, and I threw shots back. He let me get on the aux, but he still really wasn't. He did not talk to me. So we pull up to the job. He pulled up beside my car, and I was like, you know, thank you. And then I had got out, and I got in my car, turned my car on, put that shit in reverse, and he honks his horn. And I'm like, I put my car back in park, and then I let my window down, and I'm like, what? He was like, can we talk? I said, yeah, let my window up, get in this car. This was his time because it had to have been this time. And if it's not, this still happened. This still happened. I think it was his time. But he up in the car, he's like, other girls not you. And I tried to talk to other people, but it's just not the same. And he probably was telling me he loved me, like, he was on that type of time. And I'm just taking it in, like, supposed to be talking to this other boy, like, what's going on? But he's saying all this, and I'm not gonna lie, I was buying it because I was like, you right, these others is not me. Like, duh, that makes so much sense. And he was like, I really like people like that for real. And he still says this to me to this day. He still says this to me to this day, bro. You know what? I'm gonna stop. He's saying all this, basically saying he wanna like get back on that type of time with me. And I fell for it. Of course I did. I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, but I was very much so like, I don't know what I was. I wasn't dumb, but you know, I was young, man. That's all I can say. I went for it, but I was talking to my girl best friend about it, and I'm like, you know, I do want to still mess with him, but I'm not finna cut off D completely. Like, I'm gonna still communicate with him for real because we always do this. We start back talking, and then we stop talking the next 2 days, the next 2-3 days, the next week we not talking no more. I don't got time for that. So I'm finna just see how this play out, but I'm gonna keep him in the loop, you know? I did do that for a little bit. It was not long at all. Me keeping him in the loop. It was not long at all. I ended up cutting him off, ghosting him, not texting back, not responding. Talking to my ex. Me and my ex stopped talking again. We knew this was gonna happen. We knew this was gonna happen. I tried to spin back on D. D was not going. He was not going, y'all. Like, I don't even know why I thought that he was gonna go. I thought he was gonna go because he ain't saying nothing to me the last time. He was straight stiff arming me, I promise. Like, I didn't even have his number in my phone no more. I had to text him on Instagram. He was not going. He was like, he was good, he was straight, he cool. I wish I had the messages still. I just remember he was stiff arming me, and I don't even remember what he was saying, but he was like, nah, baby, this ain't that. I'm cool. You know, I ended up spinning back on D. I don't think it was right when me and him stopped talking, but I think it was like later on. No, I spin back on D when me and my ex, like, I was done with him for real. Like, I really thought I was done. Like, I was like, I'm really cool on him, because I ended up telling him, like, I'm sorry, like, I was in this really toxic, like, relationship, and I wasn't really, like, I was just being honest and telling him, like, I was just in some toxic stuff, and I apologized to him. He was not going. Yes, you knew your worth, and I love that for you, because I still talk to that man after that. Like, yes, I'm so glad, because you really dodged a bullet, because but I don't know, I feel like if he did take me back that third time's a charm. I was gonna go back to my ex. I'm a troll, bro. Yeah, y'all, he straight said no. I'm not finna play with you, girl. No, baby, no. He said no. And I couldn't even blame him, but I was a little hurt. I was like, dang, like, he was really a cool one. But at the same time, I be trying to tell myself, like, did I dodge a bullet or did I not? Because, like, yeah, he was cool, but I'm not gonna say, like, he was just, like, we did not talk. I was used to, like, my ex, he was up under me for the most part. Like, he's calling my phone, we texting all day. I was used to that. And D, he wasn't really, like, he would talk to me and we would text often, but as far as being on the phone, not really. So I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of suspect that he was messing with somebody too, but at the same time, I couldn't do that, because, like, I be on and off with my ex, and I work with my ex. Like, I didn't tell him that either. I did not tell D that I worked with my ex, because if I did, he probably wouldn't have came back around the second time. He wasn't gonna let me. Yeah, that's it for this video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Do it. Do it. Bye.